Hey you guys, it's me, Gemstone. I hope you're all doing really well. Please remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. This reading is going to be for Aquarius. So I'm using the Tao Oracle with the Ocho Zen Tarot. And I love the way they work together. They are really great together. And this is the first time I'm doing, a reading where I'm using them both. Usually, like, I'm so familiar with this deck because I've had it for a very long time and I love it so much. And I'm not as familiar with the Ocho Zen Tarot because I've had it since Christmas, but I've like barely used it. So I'm still kind of getting to know that deck, but I do really like it too. Not as much as this one yet. But, this one has had time with me, so it's okay. We'll get there with this, the Ocho Zen Tarot. So, let's see what shows up for Aquarius. I'm first going to pull a card from the Tao Oracle, and then I'm just going to read the description, and then I'll come back to it, because I'll elaborate on the message using the tarot cards. So, you have Abysmal. That's so interesting, because I have seen that card before, because obviously, like I said, I've had this deck for a long time, but I just feel like, to me, the image and the word like give me, like, feel different to me. Like, usually the word like connects with the image, but I feel like with this card, for some reason, it doesn't quite for me. So, but yeah, it's interesting. And it says, well, danger, insecurity, overwhelm, unpredictability, hazardous conditions, dark emotions, facing fear, and courage. So that's quite a heavy card, that one. So let's see what the tarot has to add. Okay, so let's see. You have, oh, we are the world. We are the people. Do, do, do. And you have nothingness with guilt. So the We Are the World card, to me, is like, it's just like the song. It's like representing unity, coming together, seeing other people like we see ourselves, and really caring for others, loving others, wanting to be a part of the group and not just be an individual, wanting to belong to something that is greater than just you kind of vibe. Or it could be one of them things where it's like, when we deliver these messages and we speak of wanting world peace and to cure world hunger and all these other things, that people generally talk about, that they think would make the world like a greater place, much better place, much more of an equal place. I think that's what that card is kind of representing. So those might be similar to your ideas, or maybe you kind of think, because you're an Aquarius, you think more in terms of the future, and so you can always sort of see, okay, maybe like these are the things that could make the future better, kind of thing. So you might have those kind of ideas, but then maybe some of like your very forward thinking ideas maybe conflict with traditional ideas that you may have. It may conflict with, maybe even if some of you have religious beliefs, maybe you find maybe some of your more maybe new agey beliefs might conflict with religious beliefs or traditional beliefs or old beliefs, kind of thing. So it might not even be new agey. It could be just, I just feel like there's a conflict in terms of maybe the way you view the world, or the way you are in the world or interact with the world, with maybe some of the old belief systems you have that you still carry with you. And so maybe it's a time where you have to kind of think about old beliefs that you have and see where they sit with you now at this point in your life. Another way that these cards could be interpreted is this card also represents nothingness, whereas to me, usually traditionally it would represent the Hierophant, and so it carries a very different energy with nothingness versus the Hierophant, because it's like this is more the idea of, you know, it's like everything exists in this nothingness, you know. So it's kind of like it gives the potential for creation out of this space of nothing. You know, everything has to start off somewhere. You know, before we've started something, it didn't exist, it wasn't there, it was nothing. So um it could be that for some of you guys, you may want to something, and you may be actually at the stage where it's just an idea, it's just a thought, it hasn't come into reality. That's what I'm seeing. Do you know what? Now I'm it's all clicking together. Because when I look at the We Are the World card with the nothingness card, it's telling me that some of you guys, it's like you want to almost save the world. Some of you guys, it's like you have this ambition to do really great work in the world. And I think that it's almost like either you, for some reason, you have this maybe a revolutionary idea or something you really want to do, and it's your own creation, but it's almost like you don't know how to get it off the ground. It's like you to maybe put it onto paper or put it into practice, or like how to incorporate it into your life in some kind of way, but it stays as just an idea. And it's very ambitious. It's like the whatever thoughts you have are very ambitious thoughts, and they are very and it's like you're thinking from a perspective that is really great, because your intentions are really good. Your intentions are almost like to serve in the world. And it's like, but then it's like it's not currently existed yet. So some of you guys might even want to be like or maybe you are, or in your hearts of hearts you feel that you are a spiritual teacher of some kind. Some of you guys might feel that way, but maybe you don't know how to start on that journey of, you know, being a spiritual teacher or putting yourself out there and all that kind of stuff. So it's like it hinders you maybe from being of service because you don't fully know how to do it. And that's where I'm connecting a lot with this. It says guilt, but I'm just really drawn to the fact that she's holding her head in that kind of way. It's like she's just very almost tormented by her thoughts, and so that's why it really, I'm picking more than really guilt. I'm picking more of frustration coming through with that card. Frustration that you can't create something, you can't get it off the ground, and so it's like it's really annoying, you know. And but if we was to connect it to what the card says, which is guilt itself, I feel like this is self-inflicted. I don't think it's somebody else that's making you necessarily feel guilty. I feel like for some of you guys, you're either questioning whether you're good enough to do the kind of things you want to do, or maybe feeling like you can't do it on your own. Like there's something that is really preventing you, and I think it's because you're thinking so hard, how is this going to happen, how can I do this? And it's almost like you just, you know, it's overwhelming for you. And that's why I think, you know, like it says on this card, you have overwhelm as one of the words. You feel overwhelmed by your thoughts at this time. And it's really, like it says, dark emotions. It's a dark space you might be moving into because of all these, you know, because of the feeling of being held back and not really being able to move forward, and again having these big hopes, dreams, or intentions that are not really coming to pass, or you don't really, they're not happening. Maybe at the or maybe you feel that it should have happened but it hasn't happened yet. All that kind of conflicting kind of feelings. And the more positive word that is on this card is courage. So it's kind of saying that that's what you have to lean on at this time, is being courageous. It's like seeing your way through this darkness that you may be feeling or experiencing in your life. It's almost like sometimes it's really difficult and very hard for us to get out of our head, you know, because it's so easy for us to exist in our head for such a long time. We have to find the inner peace and calm, and to be able to just get out of that headspace where we're constantly there, and just being able to relax and being able to see that, okay, it's not that it's not going to happen. It's not that it's not going to happen, but sometimes, you know, things just don't happen as quickly as we would like them to, or as quickly as we think that it should happen. But you just have to take your time with things. Especially like this card has water in it. Water can be very calming, very cool, you know, keeps you more relaxed. So I kind of feel like water is important for you to be around at this time, whether it's a sea, you know, whether it's river, it doesn't matter what kind of water it is, whether it's just you having an extra long bath or whatever. But I feel like water can have a very calming effect on you. And I feel like, I mean, that's something that I do when I just feel like out of sorts. Like when I have a shower, I would take like the shower head and I would just put it like on my neck for like a while, like a long time. And I just let the water just like brush like down my back, down my back, down my back. And there's something about that that is so like soothing. I don't know why. It just is like when you have just warm water just running down your body. And so just try something like that. I know it's not going to change everything that is going on in your mind, but I just feel like you have to, whatever works for you, basically, whatever works for you to get you out of your head, I feel like you need to do that. And mindfulness can be really good for that as well. So you may want to listen to like a mindfulness recording or something that is like, there's plenty of them on YouTube and stuff that you can listen to that can be very helpful. But you need to just sort of learn to let some of these thoughts go, because I feel like you do have a valid reason to feel, you know, what you feel. But at the same time, I just feel like it can be tormenting you, and that's when it becomes a problem, you know. So yes, peace and many blessings to you, Aquarius. I'll be seeing you.